Welcome back to another episode of Curling to the Tee with Trevor. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about my very first Bonspiel that happened up in Ogden, Utah in April of 2021, where our team placed second overall. To start off this episode, I'm going to be talking about some of the curling equipment that I use, and then I'm going to talk about how I got asked to go to my very first Bonspiel. In my last video, when I talked to Kevin about getting some curling equipment when I was first starting out, he recommended a website called hugecurlingsavings.us. There I was able to buy the Rookies Bundle, which included a Olsen Pyro fiberglass broom, and it also included the Olsen 1/16 inch Teflon shoe. Now this shoe worked out pretty well for my first year. You'll notice it's a 1/16 inch of Teflon, it's completely flat. Worked pretty well through Learners League and through my first year of league through the fall and winter seasons. As I was finishing up the Winter League, I was talking to Carl, and from Jamie Sinclair's video as talked about how to reduce drag, she had talked about getting some Goldline G50 shoes, and these were the same shoes that Carl recommended as well. These have a 1/4 inch of Teflon, and you'll notice that they have some divots taken out of the Teflon to help reduce friction on the ice so that you can slide faster and farther. So, comparing my old Olsen shoes and comparing my new Goldline shoes, you can now see 1/4 inch of Teflon versus a 1/16 inch of Teflon. And I was definitely noticing a difference when I was curling out on the ice. Another purchase I eventually made when I bought my Goldline G50 shoes was to also get some Goldline gloves. These gloves have been very nice because when I sweep so hard that I give myself calluses and blisters, which aren't too great. But these gloves have been really good when I've been sweeping. One other thing that I do is when I also get ready to deliver, I take off my right glove so that as I'm grabbing the stone in my delivery, I can actually feel the handle and I can feel the stone more on the ice so I can know how much I need to curl it by. And in my previous episode, I talked about how Carl had been mentoring me and coaching me in my technique and in my game. It also helped watching Jamie's videos. Near the end of the winter season of league, Carl asked if I would be interested in a curling Bonspiel up in Ogden, Utah in April, and I was super excited, and I said, absolutely, I'm excited about this. For those of you who don't know, a Bonspiel is a curling tournament that consists of several games, and often it's held over a weekend, and it's where teams will come together and compete against each other. Carl had been preparing me for this Bonspiel during the Winter League with his coaching and his mentoring. What was also very exciting is I knew that as we went into this Bonspiel, he was going to be playing Vice, and our skip was going to be Ken Pomeroy. For those of you who don't know, Ken Pomeroy is the creator of the college basketball website and statistical archive KenPom, so it's kenpom.com. And what's also exciting is he has been interviewed by ESPN and by other sports networks about his input on college basketball. So it's very exciting. One of the other things, too, is Ken is one of the best curlers in our league at the Utah Olympic Oval. And so I knew that we were going to have a really good team put together, consisting of Ken and Carl, and I was going to be on the team. And then we got our fourth player, Zane. We had a really awesome team. The first game we played against at the Bonspiel was against a team called the Bearded Stones. It consisted of these guys who had some really long beards. They were cracking jokes and they were singing some songs as they were playing. It was a lot of fun. And afterwards, I created a little video to kind of talk about my report of the game. Here it is. We just played our first game, and we played really well against a pretty competitive team. It was very tiring. The ice was a little slow. Score ended up being like 15-7. I thought it was 14-7, something like that. Anyway, because we won, we don't have to play any more games. I thought we were going to play another one tonight, but we're not. We're going to play tomorrow. Ken Pomeroy is our skip, and I told you that earlier in my other live video. Go Google him. Yeah, he's kind of a big name, and it was an honor playing with him. He was able to give me some tips and tricks to help me improve my game. I was asking for suggestions, and
yeah, he and Carl were they were great. They were giving me good feedback. And the other guy that I was playing with who played our second, his name is Zane, he did awesome too. Yeah, lots of fun. Anyway, I'll keep you guys all posted. We'll see ya.
In that video, I talked about getting some feedback from Ken, and I would like to share some of this feedback with you and some of the things that I learned. I was playing lead in this Bonspiel, meaning that I was the front end of our team. After a shot was made, I liked to go down to the other side of the sheet where the rocks were in play, and I would kind of listen to Carl and Ken strategize their next shots and determine what was next. As a front-end player, you don't need to do that. That should be left up to the vice and to the skip. So as a front-end player, it's recommended to stay on the front half of the sheet, and then when it's your team's turn to throw a stone, you get the next stone ready, wipe it down, put it in front of the hack, and keep it going. It's like in the game of golf, when you have a golfer hit their ball, then you want the next golfer to tee up their next ball and just go. That was something really important that I learned as a front-end player. In our second game, which happened the next day, we played against a team from Boise, and I was able to take some of that feedback that I had gotten from Ken and was able to apply it more in this game, and we kept the game moving really fast. Here's a little clip of some of the things that I shared from that game. Hey everybody, just wanted to give you an update. Played our game this morning. We were playing against Boise, a team who came down from Boise, Idaho. We got through 6 ends instead of 8. Yesterday we played 8, and we only played 6. We were going to play a 7th one, but Boise said we're done. The final score ended up being like 9-1. Anyway, we'll see how tomorrow goes. So again, we're going to be either finishing gold for gold or silver, so I'm pretty happy. This is my first Bonspiel, and placing on the podium in my first Bonspiel feels pretty good. So I was able to follow Ken's advice from yesterday, and I was actually able to apply it today. And yeah, we played really well. We have a really good team, I feel like. So I think we can, put up a challenge against the other team tomorrow. We'll see. So anyway, talk to you later. After that game, we had made it to the finals. It was super exciting because I never thought this moment would happen, but it did. And from the Utah Olympic Oval, we were one of the top teams at this Bonspiel, and it felt really good. So we were able to play our very last game against the best curling team in the state of Utah. It consisted of a team who had a combined experience of anywhere between 60 to 80 years. And I was sitting there thinking, wow, these guys have been playing this game for a long time. This is going to be a very hard game. Here is a little clip of our final shot during the final game.
228!
It was a very close game, and that last shot would have determined if we won or not. It was literally tied, and because we clipped off the guard, that's what made us come in second place. So it still worked out, though. One of the things I wanted to share with you is that in curling, it's not just a physical sport, but it is also a mental sport. In one of Jamie's videos, she talks about, as a skip, complimenting her other curlers and the other members of her team.
Praise them for their hard work after.
That is really important, and staying positive and trying to compliment each other. That was something that I did in this game, because in the beginning of the game, we were actually losing. We were several points behind, and then finally in the third or fourth end, we finally got some points on the board. So one of the things that I liked to do is I was complimenting Ken and Carl and Zane and trying to be positive and trying to keep that positive energy so that we could come back. And it was amazing to see how we did come back, and we tied. And then in that last end, our skip, Ken, had thrown the final stone and it clipped off that guard, and we had come in second place. So that was another thing that I learned in this Bonspiel that I wanted to share with you, is stay positive. In the end, we still came in second place. We were awarded this plaque, and here is a picture of us winning our plaques and with our team. I was super excited about it because it was my very first curling tournament, my very first Bonspiel, and I had learned a lot. And because I had learned a lot from it, I knew that I could take it and apply it to my games and get even better. So that was something that I wanted to share with you. In my next episode, I'm going to be talking about my next Bonspiel that happened over in Denver, Colorado. It is the Mile High Bonspiel. That was a lot of fun. And I'm going to be sharing with you some clips that were recorded during the live stream on YouTube. And I'm going to be talking about some things that I learned there. I'll see you then.